about getting out and learning what the outdoors is. The B25 and the B15 range is probably the most handmade guns in the world. And the reason why this is, and everyone thinks you've got Hollands, you've got Purdy's, you've got Longthorns, everyone thinks they're all handmade. Browning are a little bit different. So obviously you've got your normal Browning, your 525, your 725, your laminates, your XS's, and they're all generally built in the Muruku factory in Japan. The B25 stuff is, and the B15 is built in the Belgium factory, which is where Browning originated from. And Browning is part of the Belgium arms manufacturers, Fabrique Nationale. So they own Browning. And you've probably heard of Fabrique Nationale if you go and Google any of the wars that we've had or any of the weapons that we've used in the wars. Generally, it will come out of the Fabrique Nationale factory. So the shotgun side of Browning, or the sports side of Browning, is very small. But they wanted to have the machine-made stuff, and they wanted to have the handmade stuff. Now, buying a B25 or B15 is like buying a Ferrari or an Aston Martin. And the reason why it's like that is the union is very strong in Belgium. And it is very much people. They've got no machines, it's all people. And it's all done that to keep the employment within Belgium. If you go over there, it is like walking back in time. It has got rows and rows of benches where people work on the guns. I've been lucky enough to go to the Browning factory, and it is a fantastic factory. It's still, everything is still pretty much done by that person. So I've got the B15 here, and it's even been engraved by somebody, and they even sign, the person that engraves it signs it. So even though the B15, even though the engraved is technically the same on each model, it is all, might actually, if you look in the detail, you might see something very different, because each engraver will have a slightly different style. So that's where, when you buy in one of these, when you go to their game fair stands, you can't even walk in to the B25 and the B15. You have somebody on that barrier, and you have a barrier, and you have to walk through that barrier. And it's to give it that little bit of prestige. This one here is just over £16,000. Comes with a leather case. It's multi-choke. It is a game gun. It's even got the traditional pad or butt plate, wooden butt plate. It's got the fabulous wood. They pick the best. All the engraving there. It's got the engraving all over. When you open it, when you close it, it just feels like you're opening and closing an Aston Martin door. So it's not like a machine-made gun. It opens like an expensive car. So any comments on this, please comment below and let me know what you would like, and let me know what sort of guns you've got, and have you got a B25? Have you got a B15? Or is it something you would aspire to? Because that is exactly what they're trying to do, is aspire you to that, to go for that. So I think everyone wants in their life an Aston Martin, a Lamborghini, a Ferrari. And that is really the way you need to be thinking about these B15s and these B25s, is you aspire, I will get one of those in my lifetime. That's what I'll do. And that's what they're trying to do. Thank you for watching. Now let's have a shoot with it. Paul. 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 It even feels like you're pulling the trigger of a £16,000 gun. And it's just absolutely superb. They come out with a lot of height in the comb, but they also make it so it is unique. It is something, an experience. So when you pull that trigger on that gun, you think yeah, I pulled that trigger on that gun. Just like when you get into that Ferrari or that Aston and you rev that engine and you think, yeah, that makes me want to drive this. So that's exactly what they were trying to do with that gun. Pull. Pull. So there you have it, the B15. Anything you would like to know about it, please comment below, subscribe, comment below, and let's see how many people want to shoot that B15. Please share to your friends and have a look at what other films we've done. And it's all there to try and encourage you to get into shooting this great sport.